Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome to a little bit of a different video. This is more going to be like a tutorial on something that a lot of people probably deem is relatively basic, but in actual practice, what do I do when it comes to picking up a new champion? Because, I play a lot of champions on the channel. Some I, play, after a year or two of not ever playing. What do I do before that? Do I do any prep work? And I'll say, for the most part, a lot of the time, I don't. But for those that, I've been watching the channel recently and oh, Huz is picking up a Azir, he's picking up Kassadin. Am I doing anything in regards to that? And yeah, I am a little bit. And I just thought I'd kind of talk you guys through, and this doesn't take very long, but it will just give you a rough idea of how you do it. So, we're starting here on u.gg, and just to say, this video is kind of like a partnership video that we are going to be using other websites, but u.gg is the baseline that I go to. You can find the link down below. And, if I'm picking up a Azir, the basic thing that all you guys can do is just go on the page that it has preset for you. So this is just where you can get the basic information. You've never played the champion before. Here you go. And one thing worth noting is u.gg loads you into the average Azir game, but League isn't a game of averages. It's about specifics. So whenever you're learning a champion for the first time, have a little look at this page and be like, okay, so more Azirs take barrier, the skill order, that won't change that much in most matchups. Okay, that's the general item build, Nashers and Morello and all that, and that's the runes that people go. But because League is a game of specifics, you should always change u.gg specifically to the matchup that you're in. So out of a champion select, have a little look, do a bit of research, just get in your head what people are going on. And again, some of these have guides, by the way, some don't. I might be doing some guides maybe in the new year, who knows. But then, you're in champion select. Oh, I'm against, let's just say, a Katarina, for example. Let's have a look if anything changes. Wabam, has anything changed? And honestly, yes, it has. So instead of going the Nashers into Morello Nomicon, you can see here it's gone Ludens into Nashers now instead. The reason for it is, again, logically, you're against a melee champion, you can poke out a lot more. Ludens would be a better poke tool. Stuff like that is a great, just baseline way of learning a champion from the beginning. And I'd recommend everybody to do it. That's just the minimum. You can also, if you want to be a little bit more elitist, our platinum players aren't good enough for me, let's change it to Diamond Plus. Does anything change? And obviously, the less games are going to obviously be. There's not many Diamond players, so there's not going to be many Azir versus Katarinas. So you are limiting the data when you do this. So that's just one thing worth noting. So that's just the base. It's a great way to look at counters of Azir and what's he good at, the pro builds, what a pro's doing. So you can do that all on u.gg. But how do you know about overall champion data? How do you know about who are the best players on those champions? Well, those are different websites. So the other one you can go on, and I'm sure everybody's familiar, this is op.gg. And what you can do over here, and again, I will say, u.gg might have this feature, but I've always used op.gg for this feature. So over here, you've got your different roles, and you can click this, by the way, up here, champions. Your different roles, that is, the pick rate, the win rate, and I've always said to people, be very careful when it comes to overall win rates, because they are a little bit... they're up in the air if they're useful or not, because again, what these do is that they look at every single platinum game and above in all regions, if you're not changing any of the definitions behind it. So overall win rates are platinum and above, all regions. Most people, platinum is an okay rating, but I would not say it's a great rating to do game balance to. And that's also taking in consideration people that are picking up the champion for the first time. That will be adding to the win rate. So something at the moment like a Carly, if you kind of try to find a Carly in all this, her win rate right now, you can see, is a negative win rate. Yet, she is one of the highest ban rates in the game. Why? Because everyone in high rating knows she's overpowered, and if someone just looks at that number, they're like, no, she's not. She's always getting banned. So the only people that are, the only way that she's getting picked is either people forget to ban it, and then either, then the one tricks can play it, or, oh my god, I want to try out a Carly for the first time ever. Oh damn, she's not banned this game, I'm gonna play a Carly. It's like first time Carlies. If you have a Carly in the hands of a main or a good player, she's nearly unstoppable in high rating. So that's why I say, be careful about overall win rates. What I would say is more indicative to a champion's strength or not is the pick rate and the ban rate. Those are a lot more like how strong a champion is, and that's what I would go off a little bit. I'm just saying. So you can see here, you can change it up here. So your win rates, your pick rate. So the highest picked champion, and again, change it to whatever, is Aurelia, and then Jax, and then Urgot, and then Yasuo, and then Aatrox. Again, those top 5, that makes sense. If you guys are playing ranked at the moment, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. And then if you go into the ban rate, and you go to top, well, Aurelia, who's the highest picked, and then there's the Akali, there's the Aatrox. It all makes sense, and that is a lot more, like, accurate to how strong the champions are than the overall win rate. Because, a champion that's got a 46% win rate to the average new player, why does a champion with a 46% win rate have a 25 basically percent ban rate in top lane? Because it's overpowered. Like, it's an incredibly high ban rate. And you can change this for every single category. Nico is nearly getting banned in every single game, then LeBlanc and that type of thing. And then with combining the pick rate and the ban rate, you can discover when you're picking up a champion, is the champion I'm picking up strong? And also, is it even a good idea for me to pick it up? It's like, at the moment, I love Nico, but I've not fully said, like, that she's 100% in my champion pool, because one, her ban rate at the moment is nearly half. So, like, you only can play her half the games if you're even in mid, and also, that's if, like, you actually can, you can pick it, and the enemy doesn't pick it before you. So, you only can play it in about half the games, which, again, when the ban rate is that high, and the pick rate, I imagine, is quite high, for mid lane. So she is... Where's Nico? So she's down here at only a 5% pick rate? Yeah, 5% pick rate with a 47% ban rate. It's just showing that she's just way too strong of a champion right now. So there are going to be definitely nerfs coming for this champion. So again, when you're picking up a new champion, like me, I'm like, okay, I want to play Nico. Is it worth me picking her up properly right now? No. Because these statistics in my head are kind of saying she's going to get nerfed. Wait until the nerf comes, then see if you still like her. Then see, is she balanced? Is she still overpowered? Is she really weak? Those are the type of things that you can kind of look at. So again, my advice is ignore win rate, because too many factors are in win rate that just don't matter. Again, that's why a champion like a Akali, like a Zig, get nerfed at like 44% win rate, 46% win rate. They're still getting nerfs because win rate is not indicative of how strong a champion is. And again, these aren't perfect indications, but they are better indications is how much a champion is getting picked. The stronger the champion, the more it's going to get picked. And also how much it's getting banned, because if a champion's overpowered and the whole community kind of agrees it's overpowered, it's just going to get banned a lot too. So that's my second way. So first you look up u.gg, have a little look around the build, change the matchup that you need to, learn the items, learn the skill order on u.gg. Then head on over to op.gg and have a little look through all the champions and the pick rates and the ban rates and kind of do a bit of research there. Then the final one is an old website that we haven't used in a while, LULSkill.net. Now, we used to use this website because they had a really good loading screen tool. They moved away from it for whatever reason, so we just haven't really used this at all. But the tool that I want you guys to kind of pay attention to on this website is... I'm actually blocking it in the camera, but at the top right of the website, I'll actually move my camera while we do this. You can see... Oh, actually, I can't because I haven't got the window that big enough. But at the top right, there is one called Top Lists. You click Top Lists, and that will bring you to this. It's basically a high score component of the website that, champion mastery isn't a thing on this. Trust me, it doesn't take that into consideration. So what I would do, again, we've just done Azir, right? We were focusing on Azir. So this is where I go, Azir, apply. And now what it's going to do is show you the best tiered Azirs in the game right now. Now, a lot of people are like, okay, Grandmaster, they haven't updated the icon. Why is everybody Diamond 1? So remember, they did do recently that they booted everybody out of Challenger and Master and stuff. So in a normal season, this will be full of Masters and Challenger players. But right now, in pre-season, it's just a little bit weird. But right now, it's just telling you, who are the best players, okay? And what I do is I look for the highest rated person on my own server. And I will eventually show you guys another thing, but I use that to do something else. But what you can do is you find the person, and again, it can be any, if you really want, you can use the career person. Obviously, that's Easy Hoon, an SKT player, or, a famous player used to play for SKT. But you can click on their account, And you can see they're obviously a very good player. And I've never liked the interface to LUL Skill. So again, another thing you can do, combine the websites, just copy their summoner name, go back on op.gg, and in the top right of op.gg, just put their profile and put their summoner name in. And this is that guy, Distorted Shadow, that we got from the other server. And then you can do a bit of research if they're playing the champion recently. So you can see in Season 8, there's the Azir. That's how he got nearly one of the top Azirs and was a master player last season. So there you go. And you know, actually he hasn't playing that there's an Azir game, so he plays a lot of League of Legends. This is all in one day, by the way. So yesterday he played an Azir game, and again, you can do a little bit of research on op.gg. Again, sorry that it's over to the right and left a bit. It's not pretty, you know, level, but you can look at the build and what they're doing specifically as well, you know, the build order and all that type of thing. You can see here. You also can look up their you should be able to look up their runes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so runes and stuff are on the build. So you can kind of learn a little bit more individually from these players. And then one final thing you can do when you find one of the best players on the champion you want to learn, I'll show you in 1 second because I actually have to log into my League account. Okay, so we're now on, obviously, my League account, and what you do as, like, my final stage of learning a champion, and how a lot of people like, how do you do challenger spectates? Where do you get the replays from? So I go through that process. I find a profile of somebody that I'm like, ooh, they're good on that champion. And again, a lot of people don't know this feature exists, but all you do is you put their summoner name in that search bar, so you go on profile. Then that search bar, this is the same Azir player that we found. You then go on their profile, and then you go into match history, okay? And obviously, this is just going to be their last 20 games. And you can see this little symbol is download their replay. And you can download it and play it straight away. So then what you do is there's the game that we saw in op.gg that they did really well. It's kind of like, oh, I want to know how well this game went. And all I do, by the way, when I do a challenge or spectate, I click that button, it downloads the replay. It's downloading right now, and I click play. Boom, you've got the replay. And what you can then do is watch these high-tier players. This guy is technically the 3rd best Azir in the world on LUL Skill, and you can watch what they do. You can slow it down. You can rewind. You can kind of go over what they're doing. You can also do it, how did he lose this game with getting fed? Was there a decisive moment? And you can slow down a combo that they do in team fights. You can learn it that way, and that's it. That's literally all you have to do. And that's what I recommend. So my 3 stages, just to remind everybody. You first go on u.gg of a champion that you're interested in picking up. You learn the basics. You learn the skill order, the builds. You know, you can go into a little bit of matchup stuff, changing the filters. Then you go on op.gg and just see what the ban rate is, the pick rate, and if it's a good idea picking that champion up. If you're then, both of those boxes are ticks, you like the idea of it, you then go over on lulskill.net and you look up the best players on that champion, preferably on your server, because obviously when you log into your League account, that you only can get replays from people on your server. That's why I do that. But if you really want to look up someone in North America, you have to have a North American LUL account. But so I would just recommend staying with your own server. But then you log into your League account, you paste the person's name into the profile bar, you go into the match history, and you can download a replay from the League client and just watch it and learn from it. And I will say a lot of these high rating people, they may stream. You can try and find their stream. And if they're not a massive streamer, a lot of smaller streamers are very interactive. And if you're trying to learn their champion and they're one of the best, I'm sure they'll probably be very helpful to you. And I will say, just as a small, very small chance, if these players are not known and they're not streamers or YouTubers and they're just good players, feel free to try and add them and just, you know, say, hey, I'm not trying to bug you, but I'm trying to learn this champion. Have you got any advice? And some, and I will say not all, but some of them will be so thrilled that you're trying to play their champion and you went to them that they may help you. Like, I've heard people having free coaching lessons because people have done that. But those are, that's my advice for picking up a new champion. But there is literally one final thing that beats all that I've explained in this video, but this stuff, it just helps. The final thing is just play the champion. That is the ultimate way of learning a champion. You know, yes, you want to have the groundwork in place. If you're learning a champion and you keep doing just the wrong thing, that is just like teaching a bad behavior. Try and learn first and watch replays, watch videos, so you're kind of getting what you're supposed to do. But the way of learning it and way of getting better yourself is playing it in the end. All this stuff is just going to help you along the way. But yeah, that's my advice. If you guys have got any other techniques that you do, feel free to comment down below. And yeah, just let people know how you pick up champions. Again, it's what I've done. I've done this relative thing for years, different iterations of it, and that's why I am confident, and I've always said I'm confident to play every single champion in Diamond. If that means I take 10 minutes to do a bit of research before, so be it, and if it takes me 5 or 10 minutes to kind of get rid of the rust while I'm in-game, then okay, but I'm confident to play everything, and learning the way that I have over the years is how I've done it. So anyway, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you're having a good holiday season. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.